Sorry?
What does that do if you say testing?
It's just for my own benefit, just to say testing to myself.
You just
testing
wanted
my
to say
voice.
it.
Because if you just speak for the first time after a little bit of quiet, it sometimes comes out like a little bit raspy or high pitched.
It was just a run through for you.
Yeah, you need to run into it, don't you?
Okay.
Go on, do one.
Testing.
No,
I
so
panicked as I said it. Yeah, it sounds weirder. Welcome to another episode of Why Is Harriet Crying with my colleague, Sunil Patel.
And my colleague, Harriet Kemsley.
And our other colleague, Bobby Mair.
Hello.
Our other colleague.
Our other colleague.
I'm your husband.
No, colleague.
With Harriet's husband.
Colleague.
Our relationship's changing and no one told me.
Sorry.
But you are colleagues as well, really.
Yeah, mainly colleagues.
What? No. We fuck on the regular. Don't say we're mainly colleagues.
What? I fuck all my colleagues, don't you?
Yuck.
Fun.
But you've worked together as well.
We also work together, yeah. You know that.
Professional husband and wife.
Professional husband and wife, not just any old husband and
Is
wife.
it Mr. and Mrs. Bobby Mair?
I'm Ms. Kemsley and he's Mr.
What is
Mair.
Ms is?
Ms is like...
Ashamed you're married. Ms means ashamed I'm married.
No, because Mrs. just... If my name is Mrs. Kemsley, then I'm married to myself. So it doesn't make any sense. Because my surname is Kemsley. I'm not changing my surname to Mair. So if my surname is Kemsley, then my name is Mrs. Kemsley. It doesn't make sense.
It does.
Nope.
It doesn't mean you're married to yourself. It just means you didn't change your name.
It just means you didn't change your name.
No one hears your name and think, that woman married herself. Like, that's why it doesn't make any sense. No one's ever thought that.
Because it's never
You
happened.
keep saying that.
I think that. That's why I haven't changed it.
You're the only one, though. That's like a line of logic that only you would go to. No, there's no other person on the planet that thinks, oh, your name's Harriet Kemsley. You must have married yourself, Mrs. Harriet Kemsley.
No,
Mrs. just means you're married. That's the word, what Mrs. means. Yes. No one who's not married is called Mrs.
It's not very feminist because there's no Mr. equivalent. There's no Mr. Mister. It's just Mr.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't make the rules. I just follow them.
I know. That's why I don't follow them.
Okay, well...
Because it's very sexist. I shouldn't be defined by my marriage.
Well, you are.
And I like to leave a bit of mystery.
Leave
people guessing.
But you still want to get married.
No, never again.
You know, no, but you still wanted to get married.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't think I really thought about it through. But you can
It's
be.
a
I think
tough
you can
one
be
to unpack,
married, but
isn't
you
it?
don't have to define yourself as a Mrs. Because why should you just be a Miss or a Mrs.? Just be a Ms.
I thought you did. I thought you really were proud of being a Mrs. now.
What?
Yeah, I thought you were like really like you made you feel adult.
I mean, you did love being married. It was you were all fucking about it. We talked about it for like 2 years. The roll up to it, Harriet. That's all you cared about.
It happened, and
so now, wait. I spent 2 fucking years talking about a fucking wedding so you could be married, and then you get married and you're like, I'm not a
Well, I
Mrs.
don't really
You
fancy
are
it.
no. You are a Mrs.
I'm not a Mrs. I'm a Ms.
I lost 2
You can't
years of my
define
life
it.
talking about what
You
fucking.
didn't lose 2
I lost
years
2
of your
years of my life
Bobby,
talking about what table mats are going to go on tables.
No one asked you, Bobby. Don't pretend that anybody asked you.
Hearing
what
it
table
in the
mat.
background. I'm not saying I did a lot. I'm just saying that was 2 years of my life. Even with thinking about it. Oh, what kind of fairy lights should we have?
No one asked you again.
But you wanted it that badly. You got it, and now you're ashamed. That's pathetic.
I'm not ashamed. I don't define myself by being
too.
married.
Well, if you spent 2 years planning a party, it should define you.
Still some wounds to be explored there. Have you guys seen Indian Matchmaker?
No, is it good?
You should really watch it.
I think I'd like
it's
that.
Fascinating. There's so they visit various young people that are looking for a partner, or mainly whose parents are like, get married.
I want to get you
ASAP.
Can we get you on this show?
Oh, I'd be very low value.
Why?
There's already a guy on there who's looking for a wife, and he's a podcaster. And the woman gets his sheet of paper that has all his details on it, and she's like, no, no, he's a podcaster. Oh, and then it's like she goes, I don't even listen to podcasts, and she's like a lawyer and stuff. It's really interesting how like some of these people. The best, my favorite one is where this dude's mum just really wants him to get married, and she's like, she shows him her blood pressure reports and goes, look, you're responsible for my blood pressure going up because you're not married. And she's like, you need to get married because your brother and his wife want to have a child soon. And he's like, what's that got to do with me getting married? And she's like, they can't plan on having a child until they know when your wedding is because they want to have a good time at your wedding.
Oh, I
and she's
love
just like,
that.
she's like, you have to get married in the next 3 months. And he's like, what are you... Anyway. It's
Did he get
incredible
married?
because he's incredibly rich. The whole family are incredibly rich. He eventually found someone that he wanted to marry, but it was just a case of being...
On the show.
On the show. And
I can't wait to watch this.
It's genuinely a case of looking through about 500 incredibly beautiful, eligible women.
But would it be for you? Would you get 500 beautiful?
Oh, no, God,
eligible-
no.
You'd get 3 duds.
I don't think you can refer to women as duds.
You
They're
can if you
human
meet the
beings.
right dud. Listen, are most women duds? Are most men duds? No, but some men and some women are fucking duds.
Anyone
I
could
think
be a
I think
dud.
anyone in our profession would be counted as a dud.
Absolutely.
What about?
But you're not just a podcaster. You also get cast as Fat Idiot Dad. So
I'm
there's...
Fat Idiot Dad podcaster. Double podcaster.
double podcaster.
Double
Double
podcaster
bad.
Fat
Yeah.
Idiot Dad.
I hope at your next Fat Idiot Dad audition you say, I'm struggling to prepare for this role because I'm not allowed to see my kids. I find it difficult to really get in the mindset of father because since they were 6 months old, the court hasn't allowed me to be in the same room as them.
I don't know why.
Could you maybe talk me
It's a
through what
really
it's
good
like
idea.
to hold a child?
Yeah, okay.
It's a really
all right,
good
I'll do
idea.
it.
That would definitely.
Did you not
help
see me
get your
holding a
job.
child in my last advert?
We haven't seen it. You keep going on about it, but we haven't
I'm
seen
not-
it.
I don't keep going
you
on
keep
about it.
saying,
Literally
have
just
you
mentioned
seen
it
my
once.
advert? No, every time
Whose
we speak to you,
child
have
was
you
this?
seen
It
my
was a
advert?
doll, and it's clearly a doll in the advert.
They
It's
don't
like-
trust you with children.
Well, it looks like it's born premature because it's absolutely tiny.
I was born premature,
Bobby is
and they are.
premature.
That seems.
Well, don't look at me
Nothing wrong
like
with
that. I'm,
premature
listening,
babies.
I'm trying to look at Bobby. You're...
Harriet was not born premature. That head gestated for a long time.
That's why. What was the head?
That's-
Have you read *Sapiens*?
No, but I've
No.
pretended I read it at parties.
The first bit of it is why it takes so long for children to get to the stage where they're self-reliant, and it's
yeah, they grow
because
outside of the body.
because most animals, once they're born, they're like 10 minutes later they're walking and they're sort of okay. Whereas us, it takes ages. It's because our heads are so massive when we're born.
We can't.
We can't have a body big enough to match it. So we have to be looked after for ages until like.
Why hasn't evolution dealt with that yet?
Well,
I
it's dealt
think
with it by making parents look after
What's
us.
going to happen is a lot of babies are going to have to die in order for this to be solved. Like once quite a few babies die, then they'll just have to adapt.
Harriet.
Who?
That's
That's what happened.
What?
Evolution. That's what happens. You have to. So you just leave some babies, and then when the next babies come, then they're like, "Oh, we need to come out walking,"
You're no Charles
and then
Darwin,
they'll
are
live.
you?
Then they'll live
You're not really,
evolutionized to be walking.
Science.
You know what I worry. You know what I worry about is
Harriet becoming in charge of anything.
yes,
is,
that's a big worry. But
That makes absolute sense. That's
yeah,
evolution.
that's
No.
the problem.
Once they
it
hit a
makes
problem,
sense
then
and-
something different happens.
I
You
haven't-
just
not what it
unfortunately
is.
Well,
we're
an
going to
ac-
have to leave a lot of babies to fend
that's
to
not.
themselves.
That's not what. No,
and
that,
then
you
we
don't
won't need
understand evolution
childcare.
at all.
We
You
won't
don't
need
understand
childcare.
evolution.
It will make so much. People will just be able to get on with their lives.
Harriet, there's never been a baby born that was just could walk from birth, so it's not going to
Exactly.
happen.
That's why we need to make it happen.
No, that's not how
How
it
do
works.
we make it happen? What are you on
Once we
about?
get one, we have to breed the fuck out of that baby. Like that baby.
We're not breeding
then
a
has to-
baby,
no,
first
once
of
it
all.
grows
We're
up-
not breeding
once it grows
Let's
up,
breed this
How do you
baby.
breed babies?
Once it grows up, that baby has to have a lot of babies.
Do they not already?
Okay. My craziest evolution fact
Yeah.
is that, like, you know how about half of births now are cesarean sections, C-sections, right? So
I didn't know that, but go on. Yeah.
He said, yeah, he did, but he didn't know.
I was like,
the reason is because a lot of women, their hips are too narrow to give birth.
Shut up, really?
So they have to get these C-sections. Now
Because what would happen to them in the past then?
they
wouldn't
would
be
have
able to-
died.
Shut
See,
up.
Which
because
means
of
the-
evolution.
Which means the longer we do
Right.
C-sections for,
The
the more
thinner the hips on
necessary
women.
they are, and hips are narrowing. Which means if we ever get to a place where we can't do C-sections, let's say, a bit of a dark age, there's going to be a lot of death during childbirth.
But C-sections are pretty simple, aren't they?
Well, I don't know. You've ever done one?
No, but it feels like.
Have you
sort
done
Are
of-
they
Have you
simple?
done a cesarean? No.
I could literally do a cesarean right now.
He's got loads of knives, loads of fruit knives.
I bought loads of knives, Bobby.
I think they use scalpels. I'm not sure. A scalpel.
I'll do an episode where I show off all my flick knives.
I'll do an episode where I cut vegetables with a scalpel.
All right, I'll do an episode with my craft knife as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, no, I
Her-
haven't- but
we-
that's
what-
an interesting fact about C-section.
Yeah, what we've learned is Harriet doesn't understand evolution at
I
all.
absolutely do. What I said made complete sense.
No, Harriet,
Big
evolution.
babies have to evolutionize.
No.
As
First of all, that's not a
into-
word.
It's not a word.
It's not even
It
close
is.
to a word.
It is. It's the active version of it. If you
Evolve
have
is actually. You're
evolution-
working with the word evolve.
You should-
Evolve is the word,
Right,
not
yes,
evolutionize.
Okay, that's the shortened version of evolutionize.
The reason it doesn't work that way is evolution is natural. So if one baby was born and it could just walk and talk, yes, that's right. But
Thank
since
you.
that hasn't
What
happened,
you're doing is mansplaining right now.
no, it's called
No, you're mansplaining.
not-
Which nobody.
You can't do.
every.
Stop mansplaining.
It's just splaining.
We agree
This
to
is just
disagree.
splaining to an idiot. I'm splaining to an
Agree
idiot.
Disagree, Bobby.
But even if a baby was born that could immediately walk and talk,
Yes.
but that
Then
doesn't.
we have to let that. We
but that's
have
not
to breed
doesn't
that baby.
that doesn't suddenly mean it's got an advantage over anyone else.
What for the parent? They can get on with their lives. They don't have to pay for childcare.
Also,
They don't have to watch
yeah,
the
but-
baby. They don't have. They're just like, oh, great, the baby's got it.
But
If
that's
it
not
wasn't-
true. How is a baby supposed to be born to know exactly how everything works?
Because that's what happened with a cow. So a baby cow comes out.
Yeah, but a
and it
baby
just
cow
stands
doesn't
out,
have to deal with
starts
like
walking
a
around.
baby cow hasn't got to keep its hands away from the gas fire, does it?
It just has to eat grass.
A baby does. Like a human baby has
Okay,
to
you
know
have
how
to
to
teach
operate
it not to touch a fire
and other stuff.
and other stuff.
Talk.
But you can walk around.
Talk.
Yeah, baby cows can moo. I think quite early on.
That's
So-
not talking. That's not communicating.
so pumped for you to mother my children. I gotta say, just feeling jazzed right now.
Is that you're really looking forward to a social life as soon as you have a baby?
Well, yeah, of course.
That's actually
Of course.
that is
I will have been pregnant for a long time. I want to get out there.
No
you
drinking
know?
for 9
yeah,
months,
exactly.
Harriet.
Yeah.
I want to get out there. God. Start
Apparently,
walking, baby.
back in the day, like people would, if they were pregnant, they would be allowed a couple of glasses of wine a day.
I think they
Yes,
still
good.
are. You just don't
Yeah.
tell anyone.
That's right. Okay.
I worked in a bar once, and this singer that was quite famous. I can't remember her name, but she was quite famous
Adele.
in like the Zeros. What do you call it? The
Sophie
Zeros?
Ellis Bextor.
I don't know. If, should
no.
you say your name for this story?
No, I don't actually know
Oh,
her
okay.
name. Anyway, she was very visibly pregnant, and she came and ordered sambuca at the bar, and she was doing sambuca shots, and you were like,
That's
man,
it
you
is
don't want
fine.
to
I think.
judge, but I think shots is
But I think
maybe
people
you
are-
have to limit it somewhere. Maybe a shot of sambuca.
But I think people are more judgy about motherhood now than they ever have been.
Yeah.
Aren't they? Like back in
Yeah.
the day, like mothers in Gin Alley would be necking pints of the stuff.
What's
And then
Gin
they'd
Alley?
You know the Hogarth painting of like London in the 1700s when everyone
Yeah.
was on gin all the time.
Yeah,
Mother's
Mother's
Ruin.
Ruin.
That'd be
And then
great.
the kids came out all like tiny.
Yeah.
But that's easier, isn't it?
Yeah, it's easier to
Yeah,
manage.
to-
Easier
Narrow
birth,
hips, yeah.
narrow
Yeah,
hip.
narrow
Th-
hips.
yeah, they'd
Yeah.
live. They'd live through the
Yeah.
narrow hip birth.
That's fascinating about narrow hips though. So you're saying like narrow-hipped women essentially shouldn't really be allowed.
Well, I'm
They
not.
shouldn't be
No,
allowed.
shouldn't be around. Shouldn't be around.
I'm
because-
saying
You
It's
think we
medical
should get
advan-
rid of narrow-hipped women?
No, I'm saying medical advances mean that there are more narrow-hipped
I
women.
actually
Yes.
have narrow hips.
Do you?
But I don't think that's true. I know lots of women that have given birth that are tiny.
okay,
Like,
but tiny is not narrow hips and tiny are the same thing. I'm sorry that my fact you're disagreeing with. I read it in an article. I think it's true.
It's
Yeah, but-
amazing Bobby and I are talking to you about childbirth and
yeah, but
teaching
you're
you these
telling me
things.
about childbirth.
Harriet.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's
Okay,
yeah, it's
Anyone else, when they say mansplaining, I'm like, yeah, I get where you're coming from. Of course, that's
that's
problem.
mansplaining.
If
You're
it wasn't-
mansplaining
if it
to me,
wasn't-
and why it's okay to mansplain
If it wasn't, no, listen. If it wasn't,
Listen to him. He's telling you something.
I'm sorry, you're trying to mansplain to me, please.
no. I'm totally fine with
Please Explain to me why mansplaining to me is
if
fine.
it wasn't
please.
for mansplaining, you wouldn't be alive. Like you're.
Oh, that's
Oh, true,
really
true.
you. No, that's not
True. Free speech.
I'm
Free
just
speech.
saying, you
Wow,
need.
you've really shown your
Think
colours.
of how many men in your life have told you things you needed to know.
Think of how many women have told me things that I need to know.
Not enough.
Lots of them.
Who? Name one.
My mom.
What did
Oh,
she
yeah,
tell
okay,
you?
My
yeah, prob-
sister.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, but
true.
your mom mansplains to you too. She's just a woman. She womansplains to you. Everyone has to very clearly explain things to you.
What's the,
No,
what's
they
the actual
don't.
definition of mansplaining? It's telling someone something they already know, right?
Yeah, just repeat, just like
Okay.
going on about
you do that all the
something.
time to me.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you
Harriet.
do.
Like what?
Harriet explaining.
You'll say, Bobby, I want you to do that thing. And I say, yeah, I got it. Okay, cool. And then you say, Bobby, I want you to do that thing. And I say, I got it. Cool.
No,
You say,
that's-
Bobby, I want you to do that thing. So
no,
you
that's not
mansplain to
explaining
me.
something to me. That's going, Bobby, please, will you clean the cat litter? Bobby, please, will you clean the cat litter? That's
you
not
are,
mansplaining. That's
you are
that's
spectacularly annoying at points.
Where did that come
Like
from?
when you came into my house
Yep.
You refused to take your shoes off.
You
and
said
you told me
wear shoes in the house.
You told me it was
You
a
said you
power
wear shoes in
move.
the house.
You told me it was a power move and you weren't going to take your shoes off. I don't know if the camera's picking it up at the moment. She's wearing snow boots in my house. She demanded 2 drinks, and we all know she doesn't drink
Because you
both
never
the drink.
offer a drink. Whenever you've come to my house, how many times have I made you a drink at my house? Every time you come, I say, do you want a tea? Do you want a coffee? Sometimes I make you like a pot, or I make like special coffee for you.
I made you
When
a
have
tea.
you ever offered me anything? Yeah, because I asked for it. And
Then you demanded another drink in your flask. You know,
No,
I
I wanted
you
my
know
own
I only
cup.
have 3 cups
yeah.
and 1 bowl.
Here's the
It's
thing
not
about
my fault.
when I come to someone's house, I don't expect a drink, and when you come to my house, you're not getting one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
but it
expect
doesn't
it.
offer.
I
That's
think
the
it's
life
very
I
nice
live.
when people do, but I don't expect. I never like think this is rude for not offering me a drink.
Well, you should think that more.
Okay. Well, I was thinking as I walked up, someone's going to kick off about me not having enough tea in the house. And
By someone,
guess
I
who
think you
did.
meant Harriet.
I
Someone-
thought it would be.
you thought it would be me. Oh, where is my chai latte?
There's a London-wide shortage of chai latte.
Really?
Oh dear,
Yeah.
things are bleak.
They've run out of the powder. It's because, like, you know that
I was timing something, but I don't know what. The alarm when it keeps going off, and I don't know how to stop it, and it went off.
That's been happening for 8 years.
Yeah, I
8 years
know.
of my life.
This
Harriet
is-
has alarms.
Every day it goes off.
She gave me that watch for like 5 minutes once to do something with it. Did I do it?
But then it happens again. I don't know what. There's a series of buttons that just make the alarm go off. At the moment, it's around 12:30 every day. It's 12:30 in the morning and 12:30
Well-
at night. Every day it goes off, and I don't
Every
know how to
12
stop
hours.
it. And so everyone looks at me, and I'm like trying to press the buttons. I don't have to stop it, or I'm trying to sleep.
Well, we wouldn't want to mansplain to you about how to fix a watch, so you're on your own.
Why don't you just Google it?
I don't know.
We
You don't know why.
That's stop mansplaining about how to fix a watch, Sunil.
So annoying. Is this so annoying?
How is that annoying to you? It's annoying for me because I
It's
deal with
really
it.
annoying for me that you won't even just begin to look into it. You just let it happen.
8 years since I started stand-up.
It's since I've known her, an alarm goes off on her watch every day. Sometimes it's at 3 in the morning.
God.
I'll be going to sleep and it just goes beep 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 beep, and I'm like, what? How? And then it'll be like that for a couple months. Then it'll stop. But then it's a different time, and I'm like, how is it the time
God.
the alarm's changing?
But
That's
this
just chaos.
I guess it's quite a human thing to do, apparently, isn't
Thank
it? Just
you.
sort of like well, it's not. I mean, like it's one of those like.
No, it's just murder. Murder's a human thing to do. Don't take what he said as a compliment. Just
It's
'cause
not a
something's
compliment. I
human
mean,
doesn't
it's like a
good.
natural like you
Yeah,
sort of
people make
compensate in other
mistakes.
ways.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I know. I had a bit of shoulder pain the other day, and I was on the phone to the physio, and she was like, "Well, what you've done is like you've hurt your shoulder, and then you've stopped using it as much, and you've just used the other arm a bit more, so it's deteriorated. The muscles have got weaker, and then it hurts even more. So it's like you sort of like just find ways around things, or you
Yeah.
ignore things that you don't quite know how to deal with in the moment, and you're like, I'll just deal with that another time, but it just keeps getting worse and worse. Like
Well,
that.
you exactly have that because you've hurt your ankle, and you can't run, and you just don't do anything about it.
I hurt my ankle 15 years ago. It's done.
It's over
No,
now.
but you could have done something.
Harriet
you could
thinks.
have gone to a physio.
Yeah, when
or
I was
something.
20 years old, Harriet thinks I knew physio.
Yeah.
About
Yeah,
a
you can't.
15-year-old
But this is the thing,
injury.
like,
Can.
I thought, oh god, I got to talk to the physio. They won't do anything. And then she gave me these exercises. In 2 days, it was all over. She said it will take up to 2 weeks. In 2 days, the pain had gone. It's incredible.
See, it's just doing something.
It's
about
it's
it.
crazy how like all the things that I think won't work because they feel too easy and like too like they well, especially when it comes to physio stuff, seems to work.
Like
Okay.
drinking
Like
water,
stretching. What?
stretching. Yeah, you
No,
should
the
just
water
stretch
thing's
every day.
nonsense.
No, it's not.
What's the water thing?
Just drink water.
Well, full stop. Yeah, we ought to drink some
Yeah,
water.
we know that, Harriet. Stop mansplaining to us about how to drink water.
We don't need to drink 8 liters a day or whatever it is.
Yeah. What? No, you do need to drink more water.
You do.
You do.
No, you actually don't. Apparently.
I don't. I drink loads of water,
Yeah, well, we know
and
how
hence why I'm so healthy.
that's why you need to piss all the time.
She has
It's true.
no. It's a whole like family thing for her. Like she wasn't properly like potty trained.
I was potty trained very well.
no,
actually.
but you. No, but I think
That's why she goes on the floor.
She can't tell the difference between like being I could pee.
Yeah.
And I need to
this is-
pee.
I went to the
Yeah.
doctor about it. It's an anxiety thing. I'm worried that I'm going to need to pee, and so I go and pee. It's an anxiety thing. It's all in my head. It's not actually in my bladder.
Wow.
Stop
I have
thinking
to
it then.
retrain myself.
Stop thinking it.
I can't stop thinking. I think I need to go pee.
Now.
You would now. I'm thinking about it.
I'm not
No,
going
I
to let
feel like-
I'm not going to let you go and
Oh,
pee.
Yeah,
you're
you
gonna
know, you
stop
can't
me?
go.
Yeah, we're both going to stop you.
I think the
don't actually need to.
the
I just
only way to
think I
get
do.
through this is to just make you sit until you piss yourself and realize it's not that bad.
Aversion therapy, yeah. Fancy doing that? But you do it at yours.
No,
That'd be fun
it
during
just make you
lockdown,
sit in
yeah.
a bathtub until you piss all over yourself. And
Not on
then
my month-old sofa, please. Sit in a bathtub until you piss yourself.
don't piss on his baby sofa. This sofa's too
Baby
young to be
sofa.
pissed on. My sofa's only a month old. Treat it nice. Don't piss all over it.
We've been having troubles with our cat because she wasn't going to the toilet ever.
Well, cats
At
don't
all.
go to the toilet. You mean shitting in her litter box?
Yeah. So she had like really bad constipation for a really long time, and now she is like, we've brought her on this, what is it, raw rabbit diet.
Yeah.
So she has raw rabbit delivered, and so why are you doing that?
No reason.
So she has to have raw rabbit, a pouch of raw rabbit in the morning and in the evening.
But
And who what?
who thought that would be a solution to it?
It absolutely is a solution.
No,
she
but
was nearly
where
dying.
did the solution come from? Who
Red's
suggested it?
girlfriend Rosie.
Really?
Yeah.
Why raw rabbit then? Why is that good for?
I don't know. It's really good for them though.
It's not about it. Our cat has like IBD,
IBS for cats. You know
irritable
that.
bowel disease.
You know that.
So
No,
there's
stop
certain-
saying IBS for cats again. I
certain
can't do
meats
this again.
that inflame her body, and for some reason rabbit is not, because it's a
Okay.
leaner, less fatty meat, so it doesn't inflame her.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
whoa,
anyway,
whoa.
she's really well, but now she is pooping all the time. She's
That's
like,
good.
but yeah. So then we had a problem because then so we've been trying to sell our place, and then we tidied the whole
Right.
place. My housemates, my brother and his girlfriend, they tidied all their rooms and their bathroom. Everything was tidy. We spent ages. The people came to view it, and we were like, "Oh, great!" And then Amy and Freddie had been away, and then they got back, and then Amy called me, and she was like, "Come in the bathroom," and in the bathtub, which is this massive cat shit that we just
Cat shit in the bath, is
yeah,
it?
but we just never mentioned it. So the house was completely pristine. These people looked around the house.
And there's a
there
shit
was
in the
just a shit in the bath.
Were you in the house when they were looking
Yeah,
around?
we just like, oh, welcome.
my God.
Like,
Yeah.
just
Show it.
acting
That's
like
where we
This is how we
everything
live.
was normal. Yeah,
The thing is, I get it. Look, if I saw humans just sitting on a toilet all the time,
Yeah, okay.
and then
yeah.
I have to go in this dirty sandbox to shit, but there's this nice toilet that to a cat, a tub seems like a cat toilet.
But this seems like the cat has seen some of you shit first.
she's seen someone
And
shit in the
then taken
bathtub.
a shit
Bobby,
in the bath.
No.
Harriet?
I've never shit in a bathtub.
Have you ever let the cat into the toilet while you've been shitting?
I've let her in when I pee.
There you go.
And
So
sometimes
she
she
knows.
pees at the same time. She'll go and pee, and then I'll pee at the same time.
Yeah, but that's because you pee all the time. It's not- it's not like you're in sync with the cat.
This morning, I woke up. Every morning, I wake up to the cat crying for
She's
food.
now very
Oh,
desperate
no,
for food. She's
really?
so hungry. She's put on so much weight, and she
Oh,
loves
that's
this
great.
rabbit
She
so
loves
much.
this
Yeah, it's
rabbit.
great. She's so
Amazing.
healthy.
So this morning,
but she's
I set my alarm for 11. I was going to sleep in, kind of recharge. Had a busy day yesterday. So I wake up about 8:30 a.m. to the cat sobbing, just "Wah, meh, meh," and Harriet sobbing because there's going to be another lockdown. I just wake up to sobbing all around me. "Wah, meh." And I'm like, I just wanted to sleep. Like, I don't think it's. And then Harriet like loudly took a fucking shower, and I'm like, what a horrible morning.
just women crying.
Surrounded by crying.
Why is the cat crying for food rather than just like,
Because she realized if she cries, we give it to her. So now
You've got a baby then.
Yeah.
You've already got a baby.
You've got a baby. She literally,
essentially.
she's louder than a baby. I think she just, from the first thing in the morning, she's like, "Meow, meow," like she's like desperate for food. She's so hungry for raw rabbit.
So, do you think she was like? Well, that's good. I'd like to see her fat again.
yeah, she's fat. She's a little
Is
fatty.
she fat again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Little
so
fat.
cute.
Oh, that's sweet.
But
Okay.
the human crying another level of like, I don't want to. I just went back to sleep.
I would. What time was this?
It was like 8:30 in the morning. Harry just woke up and
Right.
started crying about lockdown.
What
I
are
was like-
what are your sleeping patterns now? You're getting up at what time? Do you reckon?
Me?
Yeah.
10.
Okay. And bed
3.
or sleep at 3. That's pretty good.
3 to 10.
7 hours.
Yeah, I don't want more than that. I like being awake.
Okay. Yeah.
Always sharp.
I resent the fact that I now go to sleep at 12. Like I'm like, gotta go to bed.
You're so sensible.
No, well, I've been doing this for ages because like there's not that many gigs, so I'm not up that late much
Yeah.
anymore anyway. And if I am up late, I'm like, what am I doing? I've got nothing to do. I'm just watching TV.
It's just years of stand-up, though. I can't turn off the adrenaline before midnight. And if I go to sleep before midnight,
Harriet,
I'll wake up.
You go to sleep at like 12:05. What are you talking about? That's a blatant lie. The other night you went to bed at like 11:30. That's such a like.
Then I wake up, Bob. You know that. Like then I'll wake up 2 hours later and just like wander around.
No, your waking up depends on how anxious you are when you go to sleep.
Do you do a 2-hour sleeping window and then wake up?
Harriet goes
not on purpose. I'll fall asleep, but then if I fall asleep before midnight, then I'll wake up.
Well, and then wander about.
And then I'll just wander around, and then I'll panic, and then I'll get cross with Bobby. Because he would have woken
You'll
me up
wake
at
him
4.
up and get cross.
Well,
She
he'll wake me up at
blames
4
me for
when
her
he
waking
comes
up,
to
but the
bed,
fact
and I
of
won't
that-
go back to sleep again.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Well, we're going to bed at 4 in the morning is fucking stupid.
No, it's not. Learn how to sleep.
What do you do until 4 a.m? You just, like she's asleep and you're just
Enjoy my own company. I play poker.
Do you?
Yeah.
Against people online?
Yeah,
Or-
well, with some friends in Canada.
Oh, great. Okay.
And because of the time delay, I play late. You know, they play at 8, I
Yeah.
play at midnight or whatever. And play poker. I'll just watch a film.
yeah.
I just really enjoy being alone every night for a few hours.
Do you want to join a film club with me?
Yeah.
It's where we
Cute like
choose
that.
films for each other to watch that we've seen but the other person hasn't.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Who else is in this club? Is it
Well,
just-
Jack and Ray suggested it like a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Can I be in it? Have you ever seen Elf?
No.
No, don't let Harriet in.
It's
Please.
Christmas.
Please. Don't let Harriet's sensibilities for movies. It's all
The chaotic energy that you bring into our lovely little film club.
it's all rom-coms. It'll just be the worst 80s
I've decided
rom-coms.
I just don't like stressful films. I can't handle it.
Have you watched The Accountant yet? Like I recommended you guys.
With Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
No. Is it good? Wait.
It's the only film I suggest to people that everyone's like, no, I'm absolutely not watching this. But it's a good film.
I think I'd enjoy it. I like
He's
Ben
alright.
Affleck. There's
He's
a
good.
reason, you
Yeah.
know?
I like that photo of him.
The back tattoo.
No. What's that one?
There was this picture of Ben Affleck's back with like a phoenix rising on his back. Like his whole back is a giant phoenix tattoo, right?
A real one.
Well, no. Well, then
Alright.
the picture was taken. He said, "Oh no, it's for a film. That's not really." And then like 2 years later, someone took a picture of his back and it was still there. And it's like, "Yeah, it is real." Like on like some blackout drunk bender, Ben Affleck got his whole
Brilliant.
back tatttued.
The whole back.
Yeah, it's
That's
his whole
hours.
back. It's great. Put it,
God.
screenshot it in.
Right. I like the one of him. It's a great image of him just standing outside a front door, eyes shut, looking into the air with a cigarette in his hand, just like, just having a little drag on the cigarette.
We've
It's
all
great.
been there.
It's
you know?
great, yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I know that feeling. Just getting out of the house and having a fuck. I haven't had a cigarette for a long time now.
How long?
Since I think it's 7 months now.
What
That's
I like
great.
about you is you just swing between drinking or smoking. As soon as you stop smoking, then you start drinking heavily. And then when you were smoking, you were
I'm not
like
drinking
really
heavily.
anti-drinking.
Drinking heavily.
But before you wouldn't drink at all, and then you were very like, and then now you've given up smoking. You'd never smoke, but you'd just drink. So you just replace your vices completely.
I have a couple of tinnies, yeah.
Yeah, you just completely replace your vices.
Well, everyone does, Harriet. That's
Yeah,
what everyone
Harriet.
does.
No, you have to work with the underlying emotional reason that like leads to one of your vices.
Calm down,
just
morning
saying-
crier. Like you're
You
a
still,
fucking accurate morning cry over here, thinking she knows how to fix people. Oh, you need to work on the emotional.
I think you're the exact type of person that would become a therapist.
Thank you.
Yeah. No. No,
Don't
There's a
laugh,
burn. There's a
Harriet, why are
fucking
you
sick
laughing?
burn. That is a great burn.
the actual the problem with Harriet was she took away. She
The
doesn't.
problem with Harriet.
That should be the name of the podcast. She took away. She doesn't drink really. Doesn't do drugs anymore. But what's left
Yeah.
is just a crying shell,
Mm.
and it's like.
I
So
do
you're
drink,
telling
actually.
him.
Yeah.
I do drink. So.
Oh yeah, you have got blackout drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, you get blackout. Right? I have
Yeah.
a couple of cans a night
Occasionally-
maximum.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
I do
you're
have
the
wine.
only-
I do have wine
Harriet,
regularly.
you're the only person we know who's gotten blackout drunk in lockdown. So you're not better than Sunil. You're not better than Sunil.
Just
You're
splayed in a bar.
tits out on the bathroom floor, puking all over herself at 11:30 at night.
I've done it again.
Then puking all over our bed. And I'm worried she's going to fucking die, and I'm going to get accused for fucking murder because no one knew she was that drunk.
Well, make it about you, Bobby.
Well, I'm going to make it about fucking me. I'm the one left alive fucking in a little shitty British prison. I don't want to do that. You're,
Why are Canadian prisons so great?
well, they're bigger. There's more space in Canada.
Do you want to hear a sad story?
No.
No one does. Yes.
Very negative energy today,
yes,
Bobby.
and.
Very negative.
I'm trying to bring some life to this podcast.
Stop vaping. Okay, so this is a sad story,
He didn't say no
right?
vaping.
I didn't say no vaping. I did say take your shoes off.
Yeah, but you didn't respect that, did you? So you don't get to make the rules.
You and Elliot are both wearing Halloween socks. It's really cute.
Orange socks.
Yeah. Okay, so penguin thefts at zoo leads to man's guilty plea. So this is Bobby found this yesterday. So a man has admitted stealing 2 penguins, which were discovered in a village in Nottinghamshire by police following a tip-off. The penguins were reported missing when they were taken from a zoo in November 2018. He told the BBC he paid nearly £10,000 for the penguin after seeing them on an advert on Facebook. However, their microchip showed they had been taken from South Lake Safari Zoo in Cumbria. So this man stole these penguins and he tried to sell them.
Sorry, did you say it was a sad story?
It is sad. These penguins got stolen.
What's sad is he got 3 years in prison for it.
Did he?
How insane is it?
3 years?
Look, here's all he did. He took 2 birds, and they got a bit ill when he tried to sell them. He took some other birds too. None of them died. None of them died.
Too.
Okay, none of them died.
Okay, yeah.
They got a bit ill. He tried to sell them. Is that morally right? No. But we are a society that daily murders millions of birds and eats them.
Yeah,
and
true.
we're putting a man in prison for 3 years for stealing a bird and make it sick. That's
for babysitting them, basically, because they were stolen in the first place.
So he bought them off someone who stole them?
No.
So this guy found out what had happened.
No, the guy he was trying to sell the birds to. So this guy used to work at the zoo.
Right. He stole them from the zoo.
But isn't that... the morals of that are crazy. Like, it's such a reflection of us being...
Like, we value penguins more than we do, like, chickens then, I guess.
Yeah, and cows.
Isn't it weird, though?
Yeah,
we value animals from other places...
Yeah.
But we don't value people from other places.
No.
Also, we value trees that are old, and we don't care about trees that are young, but we care about people that are young and not people who are old.
Is this a conspiracy theory?
I'm just
saying.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Why?
No, as in, like, I understand.
Old people?
No, I understand.
I'm just saying the dichotomy.
No, I get it.
Oh, penguins are cool. Penguins are funny. But chickens are, yeah.
Chickens are so cute.
Well looked after chickens are delightful birds, but battery hens are.
That's not their fault.
I know
if you keep
it's
something,
not.
You're saying they're not as nice
but I'm
because they're
saying
kept in horrible
that's
conditions.
why people can't. That's one of the reasons why people can't empathise with. When can you empathise with a chicken?
Sad.
I think it's all very sad. That I agree.
Yeah, thank you. Everyone feels sad now, so that's good. Achieve the
point of the story.
I do.
Point of the
It's
story.
quite a sad story when Bobby puts it like that.
Yeah.
Because at the heart of it, the story isn't sad, really. It's just like, a couple of penguins are all right.
He's going to spend 3 years in a cage.
So you're saying that's the sad bit? That
the
he's
sad
going
bit
to
is
jail.
he's spending 3 years in a cage, being caged by a
society's
society that
hypocrisy.
cages birds and eats them.
Yeah, they caged them in the first place in the zoo.
That's
then
something
he
to
just
think
took it
about.
to a different cage.
That
Who
is true.
even owns a penguin? How can you own a penguin?
Who owns
took the
anything?
penguin
You
in the
can't
first
really own
place?
anything.
Well, you can.
Well, no,
But
because
not an
you
animal's
can't take it
life.
with you.
I could.
No, you can't.
Or okay, then I'll just take all your things with me when I leave.
No, I mean when you
'Cause I
die.
literally
I mean
can
when
take
you
it with
die.
Yeah, but I could take your pet sandwich
Harriet,
with me when I go.
I've been teasing Harriet lately because she takes things very literally. Everything's
Yeah.
literal. Now, Sunil just said an expression.
That's mansplaining. Stop mansplaining.
You can't take it with you, and you said you didn't understand that that's an expression. You took it very
Bobby.
literally. Why do you think you took it so literally? You did.
Bobby keeps trying to make me think that I have
Why?
Asperger's. Okay. We've reached the
people
end
with
of the
Asperger's
podcast.
take things literally, do
We've
they?
reached
They
the
can't
end
No,
of
no,
the
but
podcast.
I'm not saying.
analogies.
I never said you have Asperger's. I just said you have every symptom of Asperger's.
Okay, we've reached
What
the
other
end
symptoms
of
has she
the
got of
podcast.
Asperger's?
Harriet, I wouldn't want to. I
I
wouldn't want to
just
say.
like soft fabrics. That's about it, and I don't like loud noises.
What makes you think she's got Asperger's? What's her?
We watched Love on the Spectrum.
I'll just let you explain, Harriet. I don't want to I'm
It's
not trying to
not-
be an asshole. I don't want it to seem like I'm teasing. I'm not even teasing you. Genuinely, we should maybe. Could you Google symptoms of Asperger's?
No,
Let's-
I am
let's-
neurodiverse because I have dyspraxia, and so there's some crossover maybe that I don't like change, and I like soft fabrics, and I don't like loud noises.
I think that explains quite a lot of people, though, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. They're all neurodiverse.
I embrace change. I live for it. I hate
No, you
soft
don't.
fabrics.
No, you don't.
And I love loud noises,
Well, you're neuro.
which means I'm normal.
You're
You freak Harriet.
So that's the freak.
Imagine if you loved loud noises. What way to live.
People love
Someone like crashing cars. You're like, I'm calm. Just a calm psychopath.
Yeah, and who hates soft furnishing as well? Like, it's nice. I suppose some people have a fear, don't they, of like soft furnishings.
No, I think it's more like if you hate like scratchy fabrics.
Oh, I see that kind of. Yeah.
Like I can't
I'll just
wear,
Google it. I'll Google
Bobby,
it. What? That's the
you
whole
can't
point.
diagnose me with.
I'm not diagnosing you.
Let's do it. Let's do a diagnosis.
I don't, because we watched it. I don't
want to seem like a bully. I don't want to seem like a bully. I'm not being a bully.
Dr. Snell and Dr. Bobby diagnose Harriet.
Mansplaining Harriet into thinking.
I genuinely just thought that maybe that label would make your life easier. Is all I was saying.
It doesn't. I don't have it.
Do you not like change?
Neurodiverse.
You like change.
I don't like change.
You like change.
Okay, I like change. Why do you want me to say I like change? No, it just takes me a little while to get used to it. Like, I'm fine. Like, when they announce lockdown stuff, then I just got a bit upset, but I'll be fine. I just have to get used to it. It's just making sense of it in my head. But it's not. It's just everyone. Yeah, everyone just has to make sense of things in their head.
Some people some people live off it. I thrive in chaos.
Yeah, that's because you're a psychopath. We all have different things.
I did a gig the other day, and I asked this woman, like, she lived on her own, and I was like, how do you deal with like the darkness? And she goes, I embrace it.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
That's crazy, yeah.
I like that.
I was like, well, I just bought a couple of night lights.
Unusually sensitive to noises, touch, odors, taste, or visual stimuli. Would that be true of you?
If you don't shower, then I'm going to say that you smell. That's nothing
not what
to
we're
do
talking
with Asperger's.
about.
Like, I don't think it's related.
I'm just asking.
No, I don't think you're unusually sensitive to these things.
Thank you.
She is. Inflexibility and over-adherence to or dependence on routines. Would that be something true of you?
Yes, but that's true of most people.
That's not true of most people.
Yes.
Do you have routines?
I just eat the same food every day, but that's
but that's because you will die if you eat anything else.
Exactly. There's very little options I can have.
Stereotypical and repetitive motor patterns such as hands flapping or arm waving.
Why are you laughing?
Would that be true of you?
What else are you flapping about?
Yeah, would that be true of you?
Hands.
That's a dyspraxia thing.
True.
That's dyspraxia.
So far
your hands flap everywhere.
So far we're 3 for 3.
Like a penguin just flailing about.
And we see how people treat penguins. So.
Obsessive interest in special topics. These interests are usually repetitive and intense when compared to other children's interests. Would that be true of you, Harriet?
This is for children.
Yes. Would that be true of you?
Diagnosing children's.
Is there not one?
They actually changed it. It's now called autistic spectrum, I think. Would that be true of you? I'm just asking, would that be true of you?
I don't know.
Yes, I would say it is, because you're either obsessed with your work or generally it's work. You fixate on work. That's
Who isn't?
Okay.
May I have a rich and varied social life?
Tough city girl.
All I'm saying is we're 4 for 4.
4 out of 4, that. Well done.
Okay. Specific or
it's
narrow
spectrum.
interests remain the focus of the child's interest, and conversation in spite of effort to redirect the child's attention. So if you talk about work and I say, oh, look at that pretty bush, you keep talking about work. So far we're 5 for 5. Okay. I'm just saying we're 5 for 5. That's all I'm saying.
This is good news, Harriet. We're getting somewhere.
Failure to respect interpersonal boundaries. What are you wearing right now, Harriet?
That's not an interpersonal boundary.
Yes, it is.
That would be like if
it's
I
very
asked...
personal to me that you take your shoes off when you're in my house and you just let you get.
Okay, we're 6 for 6.
Clomping about. Clomp.
Inability to perceive non-verbal cues or communications.
What does that mean?
It means you have an inability to perceive those things.
I thought you were maybe oversensitive to those.
Oversensitive. I'm actually too good at it.
Does she not?
I know,
does she not
I'm very
get
sensitive.
non-verbal cues? She knows when someone's upset.
I do know when someone's upset.
Okay.
Sad.
Yeah.
You didn't know that I was upset that you didn't take your shoes off.
Okay, that it would be the inability to perceive non-verbal cues.
No, because I thought you were angry with me and you weren't angry with me, so I'm actually oversensitive. Or you were angry
You
with me,
know
but
that's
you
an
would admit
inability to
it
perceive
was
the right
underlying.
emotion.
Yeah. Okay. What about a lack of you? Harriet, this is the whole point. You were. I'm not being an asshole here. Lack of use or comprehension of gestures.
Well, you've never thumbs up to me at all, ever.
Yeah.
You've never done a thumbs up. That's a lack. You can't do them.
Thank
It's so weird when you do a thumbs up. Why is your thumb like that?
I don't know.
Stop
Harriet,
doing it. Like, what are you
do
doing
you like
that
eye
for?
contact?
Yes, I just looked at you. I was staring
Yeah,
at you.
but I'm your husband. That's different.
Not with strangers, but that's fine.
Okay. So far, we're like 7 out of 9.
Okay.
inability to infer the thoughts, feelings, or emotions of others.
I can't read people's thoughts. Oh my God, I must have.
Difficulty making and sustaining friendships.
Yep, I'd say that.
Really? Yeah.
I just
yeah,
agree
yeah,
about
it's
you.
very difficult.
No, it's a spectrum. Everyone has some of the things on the spectrum. Some people have more things than others.
There's quite a lot of things there, though, that are you.
That was all I was saying. I wasn't being mean.
What are the other ones? There's loads.
I just thought you being aware of those symptoms might make your life easier.
Yeah, because I'm neurodiverse, so I have.
But what does neurodiverse mean? That you have one of the sort of verifiable conditions that aren't.
No, I have dyspraxia. So it's like crossover.
With Asperger's.
Thank you so much for listening to
Hey,
Why is Harriet Well, I don't know what else to say because some people do have it, and then I don't want to make fun of it because some people do have it.
I'm not making fun of it.
I know. I think you genuinely think that I have it, but I don't have it because we watch the show and I don't have what those people like. I don't have that. I'm neurodiverse, so I have some of the traits of it, but it doesn't affect me in the ways it affects those people.
What does neurodiverse mean? What's the opposite of neurodiverse?
Neuro, not diverse.
Yeah, well, or not neurodiverse. But what is
who
would that be? Someone who doesn't have any conditions that are.
Yeah, like you. I'd say you.
But you don't know. I don't have any of the conditions.
I would say you don't have any of the conditions. I would say you are
neurotypical.
Neurotypical is the term, isn't it? Okay.
Well, it's going to be a fun lockdown, everybody.
Why wouldn't it be? I'm going to have a great time.
Yes.
We're going to do film club.
Yeah, me and Sunil have a film club. I'm playing poker. I'm going golfing. I'm having a nice time.
I don't think you can go golf. We're recording this before we've heard any of the rules. So we don't know.
Announcement soon.
Yeah.
Well, take care of yourselves.
We love you.
It's been a fun one.
Very fun. And please share the podcast with people if you think they'll like it. Please join our Patreon. We'd really appreciate it. It keeps it going. And
please join the Patreon.
Yeah, we need more Patreons just so that we feel more self-esteem.
And if you haven't already got them, the stickers are on their way to you if you've ordered some off us.
I don't believe you, Sunil.
They're there. They're on the table. I mean, he hasn't sent any, but they're on the table. They're coming. Goodbye.